GPS is Gigi's personal services. She's an RV expert with over 3 decades of experience. To learn more, visit thervadvisor.com today.
This is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander. Today, my guest is Jean Steffeck, aka the Motorhome Mom. And she is speaking to us today from St. Mary's, Georgia. Hey, Jean, how are you?
I'm doing well, Tom. Thank you for inviting me on today.
It's great to have you. You know, we had a little bit of mutual, to some degree. I had more of the problem earlier, but some connectivity issues. But we made it happen. We powered through, and here we are. So, you know, sometimes you're at the mercy of the technology, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you are the Motorhome Mom, a family of 4 traveling around the U.S. and seeing some really cool things. We spoke ahead of time, and you mentioned to me that, well, you know, COVID had a little something to do with your decision to kind of, you know, hit the road. Tell us a little bit about that story. Yeah. How did that all go down?
You know, we joke because now we've been on the road for a while and we've run into the full-timers and they say, oh, you're those people. You're the people. That's why our, you know, costs are going up. We can't find motorhomes and reservations are hard to find. And I said, guilty. That's us. Sorry. But we're really enjoying it. And we're glad we had this opportunity to get on the road and experience the United States in the way that we are.
Yeah, no, it is special. And, you know, look, there's a starting point for everybody, even those full timers, you know, many years ago were first timers and hitting the road, you know, at the outset with probably not too many plans. So everybody's has their first day. So I wouldn't feel too guilty about that. It's great to have you out on the road. And it's got to be a lot of fun. I was kind of scrolling through your Instagram page and some great photos. Looks like the family's just having a blast out there.
We really are. And given that we do have 2 small children, they are 6 and 8 years old, we've taken this opportunity to really embrace the education aspect of traveling and incorporating history and geography and seeing things that even I as an adult haven't seen.
Yeah, you know, that comes up a lot here. It is an education, no question about it. And they get a chance to, especially the really young kids, everybody really, but young kids in particular, have that, you know, wide-eyed enthusiasm. It's all new. It's wonder. And it's exciting. It's you know, kind of irreplaceable to see certain areas that doesn't look like home, so to speak. Very different topographically and of course culturally and historically. It's just awesome. What are some of the places that you've visited that have been really special? Like couple standout places that you've gone to.
It might be a little cliche, but Mount Rushmore really knocked our socks off. Photos didn't do it justice. It was just the whole vibe, and it was just awe-inspiring. And the patriots in us came out, seeing the evening presentation and involving the veterans, and it just couldn't make me more proud to be there and be an American and be part of the whole culture and history of Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. No, it's I know it's a special place. Another place on my my bucket list. Haven't gotten there yet, but hope to someday soon. And I know that you know, any of those kinds of places that are, you know, not really connected to a city, they're sort of off in the wilderness somewhere, are really unique and special. We're speaking with Jean Steffeck. She is the Motorhome Mom, and we'll find out a little more about that the origin of that name and a little more about where they've been, where they're going right after this break. This is the RV Advisor Podcast. Stay tuned. Back in just a moment.
The rights of the RV enthusiast are important. That's why the RV Advisor has built a nationwide network of RV owners, empowering you with advice you can trust. Visit thervadvisor.com.
We are back on the RV Advisor Podcast. My name is Tom Alexander. Of course, our guest is the Motorhome Mom. It is Jean Steffeck. Now, the Motorhome Mom, I like that title. I'm looking at your, I'm on my phone here, and I'm looking at your Instagram page, and I guess it's / the Motorhome Mom, right? All one word, of course. You got a Tiffin Allegro, is what you're riding around in, and it's you got a Jeep Wrangler as well, and that you tooling around in that thing. So now, Motorhome Mom, where did that come from? Was that just sort of like, well, I'm a mom of two, and I got a motorhome?
It seems easy. Keep it simple, right? Wanted something easy that people could remember. And, you know, in social media, keep it simple. And it describes me, right? It's simple and to the point.
There you go. Okay, so there we go. That establishes that. That didn't take too long. The Motorhome Mom. The transition is always fascinating to me because it's a little different for everybody, but there's certainly commonalities. You know, it's making that transition from brick and mortar to being on the road. Now, we talked about it in the break. You're from the Northwest, up near Portland, but right now you're in Southeast Georgia, a long way from home. So the Tiffin Allegro is home right now. That transition, going from brick and mortar to being on the road, how is that for yourselves and also the kids?
Well, this is our third time out. We do part-time. We spend about 2.5 months. This is our third trip in a year, and we're going to log about 20,000 miles by the end of this trip.
Yeah.
The first trip, I think, was the best learning experience. I overpacked. I took so much stuff I did not need. Food-wise, my pantry was overfilled with things I never used and ended up taking back off the rig. Clothing-wise, I took way too much. And, you know, subsequent trips, I learned I didn't need half of what I took.
You know, it's funny because what you're saying is very common. We hear that a lot among first timers. You know, it's like overpack, be prepared, you know, you over prepare. I guess there's no such thing as over preparing, but I guess you can overpack, right?
Absolutely. And it just took up room that we needed for other things, more important things. So it was a learning experience, just adjusting to life on the road. I personally have thrived from it. My children are thriving from it. My husband's thriving from it. When we go home, I honestly get a little depressed because I'm back to that same thing every day, you know, big house, cleaning it, dealing with that landscaping. Where here, I get up, you know, you make your bed, you get your breakfast, and you go about your day.
Yeah, it's a lot more of a compact kind of, you know, lifestyle. And the kids, kids are pretty, they're malleable, you know, they kind of like can really adjust generally pretty quickly. They're with mom and dad, they're safe, they're feeling good, they're all that stuff. So what do you think? Did they adjust fairly well to this?
I think they do, and they're excited at the beginning. Also, it's a personality thing. My son no problem, would do this forever, full time, easy. My daughter misses being at home sometimes, and she misses the ideals like going to school and being with friends.
Yeah.
So I get that can be challenging for a young one.
Yeah. And when you're I guess, you're homeschooling on the road, or?
Yes.
Yeah. And have you found that to be an additional challenge for you?
Some days, I think we get through a lot of material a lot quicker because we're not having interruptions. And last year we actually did online learning through their school district, and we'd be online 5-6 hours a day, but we didn't have flexibility.
Yeah.
The
Right.
homeschooling is
Locked in.
so much flexibility.
Got it. Yeah. Interesting. That's very interesting. Where to from here? Now I know that you said that you're kind of camped out for a little bit in St. Mary's, and you like the area. You even told me that you're thinking maybe it could be a new permanent location.
That's right. We were looking to relocate. My husband is able to work. He works remotely for Kaiser Permanente and IT. He's already worked from home. So this was just kind of an easy transition for us as far as him being able to work, as long as we have Wi-Fi. We really like the coast. We've been on the West Coast for about 15, 16 years. We're ready to come back, I think, to the East Coast, do something different. One of the benefits that we have, my husband can work remotely, and being that we have had the opportunity to use the motorhome to see if we want to relocate to Georgia. So we've spent a month here researching and seeing what we would feel comfortable making the big move across country again to see where we'd like to be.
Terrific. Well, that's great. Well, listen, this has been a lot of fun. We've enjoyed chatting with you, meeting and learning about your adventures. Last question for you. Any place on the docket in terms of a visit, someplace fun nearby that you're thinking about spending a couple days?
New Orleans area.
All right. Yeah. Lots to do there. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
And a couple states over, you just head west, and you're in one of the great American cities. No question about it. So, well, listen, thanks again so much. And we'll follow your adventures online, folks. It's the Motorhome Mom, at Instagram. Go to Instagram and you can track some great photos, by the way, really cool stuff. And you can follow them. Jean, thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Tom.
All right. This is the RV Advisor podcast. We'll be back to wrap things up in just a moment.
Here are 5 words every RV enthusiast should know: advocacy, community, education, resources, rewards. That's what the RV Advisor was built on, along with protecting your rights. Visit thervadvisor.com.
Welcome back to the RV Advisor podcast. I'm Tom Alexander. Just want to remind you that the RVA CA is here for you. Go and register your vehicle today if you haven't already. It's rvaca.org. That's rvaca.org, soon to be your voice in Washington. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back next time. So long, everybody.